Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Lionsworld Weekly, where we bring you business insights. My name is Tian Xiang. I am your host this morning. And as always, I have with me Mr. John Tan. He will be the speaker today. Now, we've covered a large range of topics over the past 5 weeks. And from the more generic topic of marketing and how to market, what is the importance of marketing, to the more topical COVID-19 series that we just recently had last week. And still, the question we receive very often is still, how is this applicable to our environment? Today, we will talk about this exact subject, more specifically in Singapore's context. Now, Mr. John, what do you think about this?
All right. Now, many a times, people say, we have a generations of the young men not as hardworking as the old generations. And that caused the reason of we doesn't seem to be that prosper than last time. They're based on few definitions and must clearly understand what is actually called environment. What is environment means. In the eyes of the government, they say we are going to create a good environment for business, for economy, so that we can advance. So what happened? It means they try to have tax incentive, investment incentive, and all this, so that more investors will come to Singapore, and then they deem prosper. In certain sense, that's correct. But that is means we are just working for a so-called foreign investor. Next in line of the environment is utilizing the money you have to ride on other company advancement. So our government fund invests in many foreign entities. And when this foreign entity grow big or earn money, we ride on it. But as a whole, this will not in long run make us great. You cannot have a Samsung. You cannot have a Alibaba. You cannot have a HP. Our economy now is riding on only two ways. One, foreign company come to Singapore, employ our local people, build their product and sell. Two, you take your money to go invest in overseas company, and when they make money, you share. You will never have a chance to say or to produce a great Singapore company. But that's a government level. My program here is trying to concentrate and focus on so-called SME, small, medium entrepreneurs. And my SME define is also a bit different from the government SME. In the eyes of the SME, when they define, they are referring to, in fact, sizable SME. I'm talking about out of scope of their SME definition. People who are just start business themselves, couple of $1,000 in their pocket, and try to make their living and life. Let's look at the environment situation. Tax incentive is for company who already established, not for company who are not making money, not for company who are too new. Investment incentive are for company who have money. These are the two you don't have. Then let's us really look at what is the different environment for the real small enterprise or startup, local startup, and the environment for the so-called barehander. Then, in order to study this, we must study into the creation of this environment. This environment in Singapore context, unfortunately, we don't have. Because fighter come from war. Great entrepreneurs come from poor. We don't have the poor environment. If you study into many success stories of many great entrepreneurs in the world, you'll know that. You'll start realizing the majority of them are poor. Poor is the key word to succeed. But how many Singaporeans today can have a poor environment? You have a HDB to stay. You share a bowl of rice with your parents. You're not come to the desperate stage of poor. Poor is the motivations to fight survival. It's a real motivation. When you are real hungry, you look for a way to find a bowl of rice. You will treasure the bowl of rice and make it too. But to be very frank to ourselves, how many Singaporeans are living in this environment? Come close to zero. Who live poorly in Singapore? The old and a burdened Singaporean. Their children can't afford them. So there's a few old people, but they are too old to really become entrepreneurs. Youngsters today, majority don't have the poor environment. During my time, I'm so fortunate to have the poor environment. My classmates, majority are poor. their parents are barely enough to live on. So, during the student time, they start doing so-called small trading, selling album, selling this and that after the school just to ensure they have enough food. That make the urge to be entrepreneurs. And then make them forwards. And these type of entrepreneurs, they don't have plan. They don't need plan. They need just one determination. I can sell 10 tissue today. I will have a bowl of meat to eat. They have no choice. Besides, continue to trade. Continue to fight. So the activity of fighting spirit is so strong at my time when I'm young. The urge of obtaining profit, it is so high that you cannot imagine. They're prepared to work until midnight just to earn a few dollars. But because our society progressed so well, this kind of conditional living is gone for the most of the young generation in Singapore. You lost one of the important factor for force, motivation force. There's the keyword called poor. Once you lost that, how many people can give up a comfort environment and fight for a little? Not many. Year 2000, I conducted a test on youngster. I interviewed almost 200 new graduates. I sent out an offer. I asked them, are you prepared for hardship? They say, yes, why not? I am ready for that. Then I say, good. I'm offering you a job which are very special. First of all, I'll pay you 2,500 per month. But there's a condition. You have to pass a 3-month test. Then he said, what test? I said, look, you will get paid the 2,500, and your job is, first, have to convince your parent to let you leave house. Don't return. Stay at anywhere you think is comfortable. But you cannot rent a house. So most probably you have to go to East Coast Parkway to sleep. And every day, your pocket have only $1 for you to either buy some drink, maybe one bottle or whatever, or one bread to pass your day. You are not allowed to communicate with any of your school friends or classmates for help to come to bring you for lunch or dinner. You survive on the $1 for 3 months. If you can pass the test, you are officially employed. But during this period, you are paid. But you cannot touch the pay. I have about maybe 10 willing to try. But less than a week, all say no, I'm not turning up because my parents not agree. Why I conduct this test? Because I was in Shanghai one of the day, and I met a young entrepreneurs who are billionaire. And this guy, uneducated, not even know how to write well his own name. I'm very impressed. He can make it. He's about 30 plus, early 30. So I asked him, how you start? He is a poor village boy who will never have a chance to go to school. He speaks his own village language. One day, his farmer father talked to him. Say, son, you follow me to be a farmer, you have no future. But I heard Shanghai is full of gold. Everywhere you go, even you wash this in the restaurant, you can be a millionaire. Why don't you go Shanghai to look for a job, to wash dish or whatever, then prosper yourself? This young boy know nothing. He had never left his house before. But he agreed to the father. Let's go. I go. The father keep go around the whole villages to borrow money, buy him a train ticket, pocket with maybe $100 renminbi, and then he go to Shanghai. He found a place to stay. He find $10 a day. And he start walking around. Walk into most of the restaurant to ask for a job to wash dish. Nobody want to employ him. Because at the time, China corporate culture still believing in so-called anyone who are employed need to be recommended. Or else you comes in, then you steal my thing and I in trouble. The concept is so close at that time. So you can't get a job. Very soon, in 1-2 weeks, he have no money. He gets chased out from the small little bed that he have. He don't even have money to buy a train ticket to go home. On top of it, he cannot go home because his village, his father owe everybody money. He tried to be a baker. But he get beaten up because at the time, baker you need to be in gang. If you're not a gang member, you will get hammered up. So you can't even become a baker. So the first thing you want to solve is, I'm hungry. But when you are hungry at this situation, you have a few choices. I asked many young Singaporeans, they say they will go to church. So got some food to eat. Maybe go a house in a temple. But this guy is also intelligent that knowing there's such a social activity go on. So he go to the back lane of the rubbish bin. He go through the rubbish. Anything edible he eat. Just to fill the stomach. At night, he sleep anywhere as long as he don't get rain. When he need water, he hunt around for toilet. He passed through this style of life for a couple of weeks. What he hoped to have is one box of clean lunchbox. So he walked around shop by shop, tell the shop owner, can you give me anything? I will do anything you want me to do as long as you give me a lunchbox. The shop owner think this is a beggar, just no, go. Many of the shop owner ask him to get lost. One day, he walked into a shop. The shop owner, out of maybe charity, say, okay, you go behind, take a pail of water. You see my sign? You take a ladder, go up, clean it. After you clean it, I get you a lunchbox. He's so happy. So he get the pail of water, he cleaned the signboard exceptionally well. Because not he's good, but he is so happy that he got the first time that going to have a clean lunchbox. This job of cleaning the signboard, because China quite dusty that time. Maybe it costs about $100. The cheapest you get is 80 ringgit. You will get a cleaning company to come and clean for you. A shop owner next door see him cleaning the sign, walk over, ask him, hey, young man, how much you do for cleaning these signs? He said, one lunchbox. The shop owner got a shock. Good deal. And tell him, please, after finishing this one, you come over to my shop, you clean for me, I pay you $5. Say, wow, first time earning money. He clean. After he take the lunchbox, he go over, he clean the shop with $5 lunch, signboard cleaning. And now he knows something. Clean signboard, $5 can earn money. So he start walking shop to shop. Ask them, do you want to clean a signboard? $5, $5. He got job. It's too cheap. So he got people who want him to clean a signboard until that he got no time to clean. He called his father. Now his pocket got maybe $30, $100 because of the $5 accumulation. One day he cleaned maybe 8-10 signboard. He got $50. Spent $10 for lunch and dinner. He had left $40. He will not spend the $40. He called his father. I'm too busy. I need helper. Can you see any village friend wanted to come to join me? So his father managed to get someone to come to join him. Then he cleaning signboard. He become a very huge cleaning company in Shanghai for $5 signboard cleaning. He succeed in cleaning industry in Shanghai. Just for info, when I met him, he's a billionaire. He had PhD graduate. Help him to develop any kind of chemical can clean what type of mark. If he do not have the environment of eating from the rubbish bin, he won't have a chance to do this. In Chinese, you got one proverb, 时势造英雄. And how many of this type of example in China? Wow, I tell you, you can't finish counting. But do we have it? Yes, there is possible this environment in Singapore? Don't have. Don't try. So, the environment changes for small entrepreneurs harder to create is because how many people can live to the poor standard of this guy have? No many. And even you say you wanted to try, your parent will not agree. Then where is the chance for environment to succeed? Then he have to very high self-disciplined person. Then you can do that. Self-discipline. You know, Singapore youngsters, when they start business, they are not starting small. They dream very big. So they are very fast to disappointed. When they try for 1-2 months, they realize that they will have no chance to come to their dream. And once the dream is so big, not one lunchbox, you feel disappointed, your motivation gone. So I'm encouraging those who new startup, don't put your target too high. Don't dream too big. Let's settle once at a time. Don't forget, many great entrepreneurs include Facebook. They never know that they are going to be Facebook today. They just know that they are going to communicate with their classmates. Even recasting start very, very poorly. So don't put your target too high. Let's presume small. Let's take a step at a time. But if you set your target too big, wow, today I'm going to start this, and then future can be like that. And if once a short while of 2-3 months, you can't see your future is possible, you will be bankrupt, sell, close down. So don't set the target too high. Don't set your target too high. Please don't set your target too high. Setting your target too high because you wanted to be a Facebook of today, and you start planning, and you start realize that it's not achievable very fast, 1-2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, you'll feel discouraged. So in our environment, we cannot be that poor. So the only choice you have is let's put your target lower. If we can succeed at first store, last Sonoma, I congratulate you, then you go for second. No, one day you start, you want 100, 200. Then the moment you feel that you are too slow or never have a chance to achieve, you give up. Never do that. Okay, before I call off to Q&A, I want to define one more word called creative. What is creative? I asked many people, especially those young graduate, IT graduate. The common question I get is creative means think out of box. I say, which box? They don't know. You just think out of the box, have to do something nobody do. Then I say, yeah, you can find this out, candidate. Very creative. They say, where? I say, Beach Hospital. Those Xiao Wan, very creative. They always think out of box, not in a box. Creative is not like that. I always encourage my candidate, go back to your house to see, look at your mother. Your mother very creative. They say, how can it be possible? My mother not educated. You see, you go back. You take a look. Your mother, because of worry, presume your father wear tie. Then your father have a lot of tie. What you do with the tie is that you go home, you either throw in a drawer or you just put everything in a hanger. Your mother worry your father do not have efficiency of looking for a new tie. She take 2 screw, 1 string, and behind your cupboard door, they nailed it up, invented so-called a device or hanging tie. So your father can see, look at it. The action of these 2 screw and 1 string is creative, but they are out of concern. Creative have to come from concern. Once you concern of something, you think a solution. And this solution can be very high intelligence solution, can be a very low standard solution, but it is an invention. So you have to learn something before you can be creative is you learn how to concern many things in your life. Then you will getting more and more creative. If you are not concerned, remember Lee Kuan Yew. He concerned Singapore, if you continue to build like that, all stone. We don't have tree. So he say, let's plant tree. Then all the scientists come in to develop how to plant tree efficiently, and the tree can grow. And without a tree to grow, Lee Kuan Yew don't know how to plant tree. He don't know what tree to plant. But he's creative because he's concerned. And that make the city, garden city. He's very creative. Lee Kuan Yew is very creative because he's very concerned. Due to the concern, he is creative. So creative is not mad, think out of box. Creative is out from concern. The more concern you have, the more creative you are. Singaporean, especially youngster, you concern too less. Concern too less. So you are less creative than your mother. They create a lot of things at home. But unfortunately, when this mother walk out from their house to go to work, the concern level drop. So the creative only happen at home. So, okay, now I think I have to run the Q&A. If not, I'm going to run out of time. Any question?
Okay, we do have a few questions from a few of our viewers. One question actually we've probably answered before, but let's rehash it. Which type of industry is the best to set up here in Singapore, do you think?
Repeat the question again.
Which type of industry is the best to set up in Singapore?
Any industry is best. As long as you're willing to put in your heart, focus, and really wanted to build yourself a success person. Next question.
Okay, so Miss Foodie and Mr. AA more or less have the same question. Most of the people, you did mention that one of the key factors for succeeding in business is to be poor. But most of the people who are poor are unable to start businesses as they are too busy trying to live day by day, and they do have do face competition from those with so-called more wealthy than them. Then how do they become successful actually?
Poor people cannot start business. Is that true? Let me tell you, I started my company in 1,500. Poor people have time. You finish your work, you have time left. If you really want to do business, exchange your time for money. Then work hard to succeed on business. Next question.
What then actually do you define as success? Because would you call a poor man, Miss Jasendra asks, would you call a poor man that owns a small business enough to feed himself as successful?
You can feed yourself is a basic requirement. You must achieve this. After you feed yourself, you have to continue to think. I tell you, that's called 夭折. What is 夭折? People have started well. They just at a time they are very powerful. They put in a lot of work. They're very hardworking. But once they have a little money, their lives are changed. Their motivation gone. They are no longer be able to take such thing called wow. Then that's what commonly you heard people say. 有命赚钱没命花. In fact, this is a wrong statement. They thought, I work so hard. Every day I work so hard, but I got no time to spend my money. This is a pretext. So, if you are running a small business, for example, you run a small provision shop, earning enough to just feed your family and yourselves. But you have to continue to live in hard time. Presume you are poor, not enough. Take some of the profit to go to your saving, keep enough money for your next shop. But if you don't have this spirit, I only can tell you, yes, you are quite lucky you still can continue to feed your family. Next.
Maybe one last question. Mr. Paul asks, good history, but now Singapore is on top of the world in salary and also in cost actually. So which direction do you think that small businesses should take?
Repeat one more time.
Now Singapore is on top of the world in terms of salary and possibly in cost of living. So which direction do you think that small businesses should look toward to? Because if they can't be big MNCs, then how do they develop?
Our entrepreneurs are too comfort. They are too comfort. They do not believe struggle to build a world brand. We need Singapore brand. We really need. It is no point for you to be a shareholders of ABC international company and earn money because you forever have the right on their profit. What is in your hand? Well, Singapore government says Changi Airport. Just too bad. This is not a world industry. You cannot have a second Changi Airport in anywhere. But people are catching you up. Policies, political, can change all these situations. But you have a brand. You own Apple. Wow, I say you are first class. You are Samsung. I say you are first class. So if we check, you're talking about Singapore level, I think the focus still got to say build Singapore brand. Next question.
Well, maybe perhaps one last question. Mr. Jabers asked how to differentiate your company service from competition. Is this important?
It's not easy to differentiate. How to differentiate iPhone and Huawei? They are almost the same. The differentiation between yours and other company had to be your spirit. Are you who have the consumer at heart will make a different company from A to B? Next question.
Mr. AA just asked, is it good to venture overseas now then?
I'm not sure how old you are. I'm not sure how strong you are. Venture overseas is a nice dream. But are you ready? It's not the time. Or what is a good time or bad time? No. At all time, you can venture overseas. The first question you ask yourself is, are you ready? If you are ready, every time is your time. It's the right time. If you are not ready, no time is good. Next question.
Well, unfortunately, we do have a time limit here. We have overrun the time for quite a little bit. So thank you so much to everybody for coming to watch today's episode of Lionsworld Weekly. I do apologize to all those who we have not managed to reach the question to. Perhaps if you tune in next week, we can answer the question for you. In the meantime, do remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe so that you can receive timely notifications for our future episodes. Otherwise, thank you everybody and have a very good day. Thank you.